Morning campers. I'm up and it's about 6:30. Coming in here, this is our resupply room. He's got a lot of resupply stuff. Got a whole freezer full of pizzas and baked goods. One of the new things that I've seen here is called a whoopie pie, which if you were to look for a whoopie pies are right there. They're kind of like a cream filled double cookie pie. Really good, and they got that good root beer down there. So let my finger air out. Got me some breakfast biscuits cooking, and then we're gonna hit the trail and go to 501 shelter today. One of the coolest things I've seen on the trail, I didn't know these existed, is you put your pizza on here and you turn it on and it cooks it. It has a heater on top and bottom, and it works really good. Takes about 16-18 minutes to cook a box pizza and you're eating. So last night we had a good fire here with Chicken Louise. She told her story about her being Chicken Louise. It's a series of books from school libraries. And G did a rendition of his rap songs that he's been working on the trail. Every 30 days he adds to it. And it was wonderful to have a nice fire there for a while. Just a handful of us here, and nice and quiet. And now it's time to go hit the trail. There's a hostel right there, and one of my main reasons for hitting that, I hadn't originally planned on being there, but was my shoes. I got those new inserts. They're a little thicker, a lot more cushier, so my foot's kind of riding a little bit higher. I've had to kind of do some taping. Look at this beautiful bridge we're gonna go over, and they do feel wonderful walking on, so we'll just see how they do, and hopefully I don't start doing blisters on the heel, but I've already pre-taped for it. And wow, let's look at this. Isn't this gorgeous, guys? Got this beautiful river right here. And look at the construction of the bridge right there. That's pretty cool. I don't think this is open to cars anymore, just a nice state park up the way. You see a lot of bike riders and joggers and runners doing this trail, but this is how we used to build bridges back when we designed. Now it's all just concrete columns and beams, but the style and the time that it took to build this, it's just neat. All the rivets, the joints, the math that went behind this, pretty cool. So just like at Harper's Ferry, you had locks that you could move boats around and merchandise, and this is one of them right there. So that's how we used to get things done in the old days, in the 1800s, when Oklahoma still wasn't even a state. Old buildings there, 1907, 1902, things like that. Did you see that trash can? I didn't say that hostel. Man, that's a neat device right there. Just drop all your trash. But I'm empty of trash. I've only got 2 days of food. Should be at Port Clinton. Might even get pizza tonight at the shelter we're going to, because it's a 501 shelter. It's pretty cool. It's all enclosed, got individual bunks, got a caretaker, some water, and I think this is the last year that they're going to have it. The ATC is going to tear it down, and another one I think I'm going to stay at a little ways up that's really nice. They're going to tear it down too. If you got something nice, tear it down, and don't have a plan of what you're going to do to rebuild it. Thinking of that river back there, the hiker G, he's been hiking with me for a while. We've been leapfrogging each other. He stayed at the Peters shelter when that rain hit. I was going to do that, and then decided just go ahead and hike in the rain, and it was miserable. He's a lot faster hiker. He caught up today here, and he fished in the beaver pond and another place, and he's got a little fishing rig, and he just loves fishing. I like G. Hiking along, finally no rocks, but we got a turtle here in the trail. There he is. He's gonna go hide. But isn't the shell pretty? He's a pretty little turtle. We'll let him be. Critter would have liked him. There are two critters on the trail, a guy critter and then a girl critter. Girl critter is the one that had the black salamander yesterday, I believe it was. She's into critters. So which one's a real critter? Don't know. They're both critters. This is Rocksylvania right here. You just constantly happen to figure out where to walk on rocks. And so you can't really get into a good stride. The nice thing is today, the rocks are dry and you don't have to worry about slipping there as much. But as you can tell, there's just more and more rocks. You get to watching the rocks, and every once in a while you gotta look up and find your white blaze. There's one right there. Make sure you're not on some other trail. Just got off our major rock section back there. Huge ones. And it says there's a little mountain overlook. So we're gonna see what we see here. I don't think there's any way of totally being in shape for this or preparing for this kind of trail. It is just work. All right, we're watching for snakes and rocks, and there's our view for the day. Pretty cool. You have to enjoy the times like this where you have good tread and beautiful scenery. And it's light downhill. This is nice. Look at all the ferns and the sun hitting them. They're just beautiful out here. And the birds are singing. I think it's going to rain tonight. So yeah, I'm hitting a lot of shelters. But the shelters here in Pennsylvania are really nice. And so I'd rather stay dry. And I think it's going to quit raining by morning. And then you can hike in drier climate. But we've got a lot of rocks ahead tomorrow too. So 2 shelters is the goal, and then into Port Clinton. Okay, you got to take happiness and good tread like this, and ferns and the sun. Just met a hiker named Lost. She's out just for a 3-day hike, and she said the trail is going to be really nice all the way up to this first shelter up here. That's where I'll take lunch. Sitting here eating lunch, and look who I see coming into my camp. I'm just sitting here at this campsite eating some peanut butter and tortillas, and yeah, he came in keeping the mice at bay. Sitting here eating lunch, and again he's on the move. He's in the tree now. Look at him climbing there. Isn't that awesome? And then there was a little turtle, and he was doing just fine. Hello, little turtle. Lots of neat little critters out here today. Snakes, turtles. Oh, it's beautiful. I didn't go down to the shelter. The shelter and the water are on opposite sides of the trail, and they were like 0.1 miles apart. And so I've got enough water to make it to the 501 shelter. I'm just going to kind of have to ration a little bit, but it's not too hot, and the trail's lightened up. I don't have a lot of big ups or downs, so I think I'll be just fine. I'll probably come into camp without any water, but they've got a lot of water there, and it's turning out to be a beautiful day. You can hear the helicopters and military off out there in the distance doing their thing. And last night they were flying over our camps there at the hostel, which was a really nice little hostel. And here's our nice view for the day. Isn't that great? Wow, I wonder what those buildings are down there. Lots of busy people doing busy people stuff. So this is the 501 shelter. It's got a big skylight. Lots of pizza announcements. The logbook, everybody talks about pizza. I think I'm gonna sleep right here on this little bunk right there. Definitely a lot of signs of mice, so gonna hang my pack up tonight. Hopefully they can't get to it. Leave all the pockets open. Looks like we've got a lot of stuff here in the hiker box. We'll look at that and see what all they got. And then there's supposed to be water out here a little bit available at the side of the house, so that'll be neat.